In this video, I'm going to show you how to add a table of contents to a WordPress website. I'm also going to explain why you need a table of contents on your long form content in the first place. So, let's go. Hey, what's up? This is Timo from Online Builder Guy, helping you to make most out of WordPress. So make sure to subscribe to this channel if you like what you see. And also make sure to click on the notification bell to get information about the latest content that I publish on this channel. So let's get into today's topic. Okay, so you may be asking, why would you need a table of contents, or a TOC for short, in your content in the first place? Well, some folks say that it will help you with your search engine optimization efforts. And maybe it is so, maybe it isn't so. Frankly, I do not know. I do not know how much will it help you with your SEO. For me, the main reason, the most important reason for using a TOC is because I want to improve the reader experience. I want to make sure that my reader is not lost into the sea of content, and I do that by giving them a clear way of navigating inside my content. And the way I am helping them to navigate inside my content is by using a TOC. So that's the reason for using a table of contents in your web content. Let's proceed to the how section of this video. And the first way of adding a table of contents is using the manual approach. Now, I'm not a big fan of this approach, primarily because it's a very tedious approach. It requires a lot of work, but your case can be different. And for instance, you do not want to add yet another plugin to your WordPress website, or you do not want to pay for a premium plugin, and those reasons are totally fine, and I get you, and that's the reason why I'm demonstrating this approach to you. It's not my approach, but you may find it very useful. So let's hop onto a blog post that I have prepared already. So let me go to posts and all posts, and here let me open this sample blog post for our demonstration. And what you will see is that you have a very simple blog post. It already has a table of contents at the top of the post. It has 8 different headings in our table of contents, but when you scroll down, you will see that we have heading number 9. So the question is, how do you add this heading number 9 into our table of contents? And once you know how to add this link or this item to our TOC, then you will know how to build your own table of contents using the manual approach. So here I like to do things a little bit backwards. So instead of just adding this new link over here in our table of contents, I will start at the bottom of our post. So what we need to do first is that we need to give an ID to this heading. And make sure to understand that all these headings are using HTML tags. In this case, we are using H2 tags. So the table of contents structure works with these H2 tags, or any other H level tags for that matter. So in our case, what I need to do first is that I need to mark this heading, and then when I go to the advanced section here on the right side of the screen, I will see that, let me just clear this one up. We have an HTML anchor, and this is the part where you set an ID for your element. In this case, we are setting an ID for heading number 9, and let me just give an ID to this new heading. So in our case it's heading 9, like this. But this is not enough, and next what we have to do is we have to scroll back up on our sample blog post. So let me just scroll back up, and let me add another item to our table of contents. Now what we are doing here is that we are creating a hyperlink, and this hyperlink is not linking outside of this page. It's linking inside of this page, meaning that it's linking between the link that I'm about to add here to another element inside of this page. So in this case, when I enter heading number 9, which is the title of our heading at the bottom here, so we need to glue these things together. So how do I do this? Well, I just gave an ID to our heading number 9. So when we link these two items together, I need to use this very same ID that I just defined. So how do I do that? Well, when I mark this heading number 9, I will then click on the hyperlink icon at the top toolbar, and here in the search or type URL box you will have to add the ID. But there is one small thing that you have to remember, and that is you should also include a hash character in front of the ID. So it means basically that I'm adding the hash character followed by our ID. So it's heading 9. So now when I press enter, we have a new item here in our table of contents. Let me just click save draft, and then what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to preview this blog post in a separate browser window to see how it works, and things should work. So when I click on the heading number 9, it jumps right into the right section in our blog post. And for that same matter, if I click, let's say, heading number 4, so I will see that it jumps right into the right section in our post. So that's how you use the manual approach to build your table of contents. Right, so the next way of adding a TOC is by using a page builder, and for our demonstration I'm using Elementor Pro. Now, Elementor Pro is a premium plugin, but if you would like to take this approach, you have to do certain steps first. Elementor comes in two flavors. You have the free version and then you have the pro version, which is a paid version of the product. So first you will need to install the free Elementor website builder plugin. So when you go to plugins and then add new, and when you enter Elementor as your keyword, the Elementor website builder should be your first search result. So make sure that you install the Elementor website builder. And then if you decide to purchase the premium version of Elementor, the Elementor Pro, you will then have to go to elementor.com/pricing, and then you will find all these different plans that you can pick. Now, I'm using Elementor. It's one of my favorite products, and I have plenty of videos related to Elementor on this channel. If you decide to purchase the Pro version of Elementor, make sure to click my Elementor link, which you can find in the description under this video. And for the full disclosure, I'm making a small commission if you decide to click the link and purchase the pro version using my link. Clicking the link doesn't cost anything to you, but I'm just getting a small commission, and that helps me to keep this channel alive. Okay, so let's assume that you now have the pro version of Elementor. So how do you add a table of contents in our case? So I have already prepared a sample content for this demonstration, and once you have installed Elementor, you will notice that when you open your page, you can edit it with Elementor. And let me just click edit with Elementor link or the button here, and our sample content opens up, and you will see that we have a very simple page here, title, table of contents, and what I would like to do next is I would like to add a TOC at the top of the page. So how do I do that? Well, here on the left you will notice that you have this different Elementor elements divided into different sections, and here under the Pro section, when you scroll down a little bit, you will find that you have table of contents. Now just drag this element and drop it into the blue area of your page, and what will happen is magical. So basically what Elementor is doing is that it's scanning through the page and it's creating the table of contents on the fly. And you now have a table of contents. You can then adjust some parts of the structure. You can rename it and do some other fancy stuff with your table of contents. But now when you preview your page, and let me just click on the preview icon here at the bottom of our page in our Elementor editor, and let me just preview changes. And what will happen next is that you see that you have a table of contents, and when you click any of these items, then for instance heading number 2, so it jumps right into the right section of the page, or heading number 3, whatever you choose. So this is a very simple approach of adding a table of contents. Now obviously I do not recommend that you purchase Elementor Pro just for table of contents element, because it has a lot more to offer. And if you just want to add a table of contents with a plugin, then I recommend that you pick a separate plugin for just that purpose, and that's what I'm going to demonstrate to you next. Alright, so the third way of adding a table of contents is by using a dedicated WordPress plugin. Now this approach is also a very simple one, and you do not need to purchase any premium level plugins in order to do this. And indeed this is a dedicated plugin, meaning that it will just add the table of contents, and that's all there is to it. So it's a very simple solution. Now for our demonstration I'm using a plugin called Easy Table of Contents. So when you go to plugins and then add new, and here I have already entered Easy Table of Contents as my keyword here on the search bar, and Easy Table of Contents should be your first search result. So make sure to install it, make sure to activate it, and once you have done that, go into your plugin settings. So in this case I have chosen plugins, and here under the installed plugins, let me just go back a little bit, you will find Easy Table of Contents. Click on the settings, and you will then find this setting page. So make sure that in enable support section you have posts and pages selected, and also in the auto insert section you have posts and pages selected. And when you scroll down a little bit, also that in headings section all these headings starting from heading 1 to heading 6 are selected, and then you are good to go. Now if for some reason some of these settings are not selected, just make sure to check them and then click Save Changes, so you are good to go. Right, so how do I then add a table of contents using Easy Table of Contents plugin? Well, once again I have prepared some sample content for our demonstration, so let me open this particular blog post. And when you look at the post, it's a very simple post, but there is nothing related to table of contents except the heading, of course, or the main title. So how does the plugin work then? Well, it works automatically, and when you preview this post, the table of contents already exists here. So when you click on the preview link and then you preview it in a new window or tab, you will then see that this plugin is already active. So you have table of contents here at the top of the content. So when you click any of these links, let's say heading 7, so you are then taken to the right section of the page. So that's how this works. It's a very simple solution. By using a dedicated plugin, it just creates a table of contents, and that's all there is to it. Okay, so the fourth way of adding a table of contents to your posts, pages, whatever, is by using a dedicated premium plugin. And in our example, I'm using Fixed TOC. Now, I haven't used this plugin myself. I do not own it. I do not have any first-hand experience of using this plugin. So if you decide to purchase this plugin, it's a premium level plugin, you will have to do some research of your own, whether if it's a good fit for you or not. But I just wanted to show you this option because those 3 ways that I have already showed you in this video may work, and they do work for majority of folks, but you may have some special needs related to your table of contents. And for instance, one thing to add or improve the user experience is by having a fixed TOC. Maybe you would like to have a table of contents which stays put, where no matter where you are scrolling on the page, you will always have access to your table of contents. So in this case, Fixed TOC comes to the rescue, and it's just a solution like that. So no matter where you are in the page, you will always have access to that table of contents of yours. But anyways, that was just for the demonstration, and make sure to do more research if you decide to purchase this plugin. Right, so I have now showed you 4 different ways on how you can add a table of contents to your website. My favorite approach was by using Elementor Pro, but what was your favorite way of adding a TOC? Leave a comment in the comment section, subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.